Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you a quick DIY on how to make squishy clay. And this is like Play-Doh, so it can dry out normally, but it won't. And this will be the color that it'll be when you make it, but as you can see, you can dye it whatever color you want. So I have a bunch of different colors. So I have orange, pink, yellow, lime green, blue, darker green, purple, and then the normal white or whatever. So I'm going to show you the materials that you're going to need first. You're going to want like a container or something to store it in. You could also just wrap it up in wax paper or something. You're going to need, and because I just made some clay, my thing has a little bit of thick stuff in it, but you're going to need a glass bowl or any type of bowl, a tablespoon measuring, and a cup, but I have half a cup, which will work better because so you're going to need 1 cup measure, half a cup measure, and a tablespoon measure, but I'm just going to use half a cup and tablespoon. You're going to need some water. I just have mine in a cup, so it's easier. Some vegetable oil. You could also use canola oil, but I prefer vegetable oil. Salt, any brand, it doesn't matter, just so long as it's salt. And flour. I just have mine in a big tub. And then the optional ingredient is food coloring. I have neon and normal. So I'm just going to get started. First, what you're going to need to do is add in 1 cup of flour. 1 cup. Okay. Close up my cup. Alright, then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of salt. Now, the normal recipe calls for half a cup, but I prefer to use a 1/4 cup. It just works better for me, so I'm just going to fill up half of the half cup. Because I don't feel like, dirtying 2 utensils. Like that. Half a cup of water. Add a little bit extra there. And 2 tablespoons of canola oil. Or, I'm sorry, vegetable oil. I actually do 1 1/2 just because that's my recipe. Now, I don't see anybody else using this recipe because I took other people's recipes and kind of modified them so that it worked best for me. Alright, so now you're just going to mix this together. At first, it won't look like you've done anything right, but the more that you mix, it will bind together. You can see me mixing it here. I wouldn't really recommend using a electric beater or anything. It's just unnecessary. So just mix it, and then if it starts getting kind of like this, where it's kind of like clumpy and it's not mixing together all the way, add a little bit more water. I do it by the tablespoon just to be safe because I screw my mixtures up all the time. So add a tablespoon of water and mix it in. I'm going to add another one. So this is really just depending on the consistency that you want. And I added a little bit too much flour in the beginning, which is why I have to add a little bit more water to mine. Now I'm just going to feel the consistency of my clay with my hand, see if I like it. Alright, and I do. So I'm going to take out the spoon and just get my hands messy. And by the way, I have food dye on my hands from making the other clay. So yeah, what you want to do is pick up all the clay, or most of it, like the little bits that stick in the bottom. That's fine. And just start kneading it. Now, if it feels too sticky, and if you're getting little, sorry, my camera's weird. If you're getting little bits stuck on your hand, what you do, take just a little bit of flour and sprinkle it on top. Okay, and then just knead that in. I'm kneading it in the bowl. But you can knead it out of the bowl. I'm just going to move the bowl over now. And, oops, just mix it in. Okay. And now you have your dough. Take it and put it in your container or saran wrap and set it in the fridge for about 5 minutes. If you just want it like this normal tan coloring, you can also paint it with acrylic paint or like mix in acrylic paint to get it a color. But I'm going to show you really quickly how to dye a bit of it with some food dye. I'm just going to go ahead and make a dark blue. So I just have some blue food coloring here, and I'm just going to section off a bit of clay. So like this much is good for me. I'm going to mix it up, push a hole into it with my thumb, and then I'm going to drip some drips of food dye in there. Okay, like that. Now you might want to do this over the bowl, that way if you spill any food dye, it won't ruin anything. And make sure that you're wearing like clothes that you don't care about, or maybe like have gloves on your hands if you want to be extra precautious about it, about the coloring getting on your hands, because for me it will, because I'm not precautious. Okay, but you can see how it's starting to dye it, and just continue to mix it until you get a thorough coloring throughout your clay. And once you've mixed it enough, you'll get a nice consistent blue blob. And I know it's kind of showing up green on my camera, but it's because I'm using a bad camera. I'm actually using my computer's webcam. Just mix this and then put it in the fridge like the rest of the clay for 5 minutes. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye.